See if it works this time. Ooh, I threw on such little makeup. Okay, welcome to the live chat. Okay, so how do I see the live chat? Okay. Let's see if anyone shows up. So ridiculous. My goodness. Thank you, Tim. Hi, Artist One. I know Artist One was in my other attempts. Were you as well, Tim? Freaking A. To quote 311, nothing good comes easily. Sometimes you gotta fight. Whoa! You know? Woo! Big time bride! Shout out to my secret society. Big time bride is one of them. Cheers. I love cosplay. My biggest mentor in life. I had a couple mentors. Jesse! My MVP Secret Society member. You know what makes me sad about this cup I have right here? I'm right-handed, but if I use my left hand, that's when you get to see how cute it is. Ignore my ugly nails. Hi, Roman. This is outside Monica Geller / Bing - Bing's apartment on Friends. And when I went to New York a couple years ago, was it now? Oh my goodness, yeah, a couple years ago. Happy Thursday, Alfred. I went and did, before I came back to California, like the last day I was there for a wedding. I went and did this like do-it-yourself Friends tour where like there's like this like website, excuse me, there's this website and you can like find all like spots like outside. Good afternoon, DJ. You could find all the little spots and like the exteriors where they shot. Sex in the City, they had Cary Bradshaw's Scoop there too. Is that what it's called? Scoop, right? Stoop, not Scoop, Stoop. Metal Skull, welcome. Lon, thanks. Thank you, Valentine's Eve. I like that. I'm gonna keep trying to use my left hand because here's something that I learned in life. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I am. But who am I, right? I'm just a vampire. So I have always been a firm believer. Let's just say it like that. I've always been a firm believer that if you use this other side of you that you don't normally go to, like I'm a right-handed person, so I typically do everything on the right side. I try to use my left side, especially with things that I always use my right side for, just because I think it like wakes up a part of your brain. And I feel like us as, you know, at the end of the day, we're animals. It helps like those instincts and maybe we forget about them. So just a little food for thought here and the good old live stream Q&A on this fine Thursday morning. Oh, we got some comments here. Hi, Cinematic Carnage. Bellers, am I saying that right? What's up with the Secret Society? Well, let me tell you. The Secret Society is a membership site that I have. Right now, I am using Patreon as the third party. Excuse me. I was like hacking up a storm this morning. I had so much. It's been really. I'll get to the Secret Society in a second. It's been really windy here in SoCal. And so it's kind of been messing up my allergies. And then it does this whole thing, I don't know about you, but like when my eyes get watery, then my nose starts to get runny. Like if I'm crying, you know, when you cry and it's like just a mess. Well, even when just my eyes get watery, that's what happens. I don't know. Is that normal? You guys tell me. So when I swallowed all this snot yesterday from my eyes being so freaking just burning and whatnot. Um, I kind of had like a congestion kind of night, and then this morning I spit a lot of loogies. So my voice is all like this. So deal with it. um, Before I get to the other questions, so my secret society. It's just a, exclusive, ultra Shelly Martinez fan club. That's simple. I put a lot of stuff that you cannot see here, of course, on YouTube. Um, as far as like sexy content, I am a model, always have been, always will be. And so there's a lot of like exclusive photos, videos. I do a lot of live streams. There's different memberships. Membership starts at $1 and goes all the way up to $200. And the site's very self-explanatory. It tells you everything you get in each tier. So if you go to ShellySecretSociety.com, you can see it. /members, you can see all the breakdown there. And yeah, it's just like my little fun place to, long story short, after I moved back to California, after I got fired from WWE, people were like, well, what's your goal now? What's your new goal? And after I had been here for about, how long was I here? I was here for a couple years already. And I was like, so what do I want to do? And like, I was doing that acting and modeling thing. I did Impact Wrestling for about a year. Or TNA, it was TNA then. So after the TNA thing, it was like, that's when it really hit me. Like, what do I really want to do, right? Well, it was around that time that I went to me and this boyfriend that I had, we had just broken up. We had been together for almost 3 years. And I was kind of like, dude, like, what do I do? So I was like starting over. And I had this gig at the Adam Carolla show. I don't know if he still has it, but he had some like TV show. And he had this gag where it was called Modified versus Original. And they had like these two cars, I think there was two cars there. Or I don't remember if there was two cars there or we filmed it separately. I can't remember. Anyways, the car that was modified, they tried to stuff a bunch of models in there that were modified. And then in the other one, it was all original, and they had girls who were all original. It was a cute gag. So it was around that time that I reconnected with a model that I would bump into here in town. And, she was just, I'm just going to say it, Trisha Paytas. And Trisha Paytas is a huge YouTuber. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I mean, you guys are my fan base, so maybe not. I'm pretty sure not, but some of you, maybe, she's a sexy blonde gal. So, that's when Trisha introduced me to that you can make money on YouTube. And when, at that time, YouTube wasn't what it is today. And she was like, yeah, like on a bad month, I make like $1,000, like blah, blah, blah. So I was like, wow. And during those couple years that I was back in California, I entered this contest called the Miss Horror Fest. And when it was like an online kind of like contest with little challenges. And one of the challenges was to recreate or pay homage to one of your favorite horror movies. And mine is Psycho. So I didn't have a camera or anything like that. And what they did at Miss Horror Fest, if you didn't have a camera, is they sent you a camera. And they sent me my first Sony handy cam. Yes, that's right. The people at Miss Horror Fest. Oh, my dog has to go pee. It kind of works out that I had to do this on my phone. Then I can be more mobile. So, here you go. You need to go outside? So when... No, it's too cold? Okay, you better not pee in the house. So that's when I fell in love. I had my friend Bob, shout out to Bob, even though he'll never see this. He helped me put together my like paying homage recreation to Psycho. And in my head, I had this like vision. And at the time, I lived by this cemetery, and I was like, I wanted to incorporate it. And of course, the shower scene, the shower scene. And I just fell in love with, hey Vic, I just fell in love with filmmaking, like having this idea of like something, and not only just like being this hired actress model to help make something happen, but to like think of something to happen and then do it. You know, that's when I really fell in love with that. So fast forward when I was at this gig and Trisha and I were the modifieds, um, we were talking about it, and I just thought it was really interesting because at that point I had already fallen in love with filmmaking, and at that point I already had done my sprinkles. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my sprinkles thing I did. It was super cute. I even had some cool cameos in there. So I was just like, dude, this is what I want to do. So then it turned from, that's what I want to do. If I can make money off of YouTube, that's what I want to do. So that's when my YouTube journey began. It was 10 years ago, and I have had my ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And there was a time where I was really gung-ho, but when I realized, like, I just felt like I was missing a piece. Like, I didn't understand what I was missing, you know what I mean? So fast forward to today. I think I've figured out some of the things I was missing. So now this is my like billionth try here at the YouTube. So yeah, you guys, so thanks for joining me. It means a lot to me. That's why I wanted to tell you all about that, because it's like, it means a lot to me. And when I was like very like, I just give up on YouTube, I'm not making money, when my channel was monetized, like it was just so hard to like get the clicks that I needed to make money, like, you know. So that's when I was like, you know what, Danielle and I had just moved from, Danielle's my sister, if you don't know. Danielle and I had just moved from this studio apartment that her, me, and my two mini pinchers, Fred and Ethel, shared. And it was, times were tough, but you know, I was doing it. Shout out to my fun time gang, the SHELLYMartinez.org members out there, if you remember that. And when we moved to a better place, which was the place that we lived to before we moved here, I knew I had to step it up, and that just doing pro wrestling on the side, like on the weekends, wasn't cutting it. And I still had this creator in me, right? So I started with OnlyFans, which then transpired to, oh, I'm sorry, I did my own site, thank you very much, that I built. It took me a couple weeks. Then I found out about OnlyFans. That made it a little easier, especially when I was doing independent wrestling full-time on the weekend. And then it went to Patreon. So that's kind of how the Secret Society began. It was like this like way for me to make money so I can make my YouTube stuff happen. But then I got so discouraged with YouTube so many times, I just said forget it. So when I got the little warning that was like, hey, you got to get this many hours or your channel's going to be demonetized, I didn't care. I was like, whatever, dude, I'm over here with my Secret Society, like I don't care. But I've always cared, people. I did. Because when I say I want to do something, I want to do it. And it might be hard. Just like pro wrestling. Pro wrestling was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. To make it to WWE and to survive. And then to just like be in a different chapter and like use that energy for positive in my life and moving forward to that next chapter, next book. I just think like that's like the hardest thing I've ever had to do, right? Very hard, career-wise. So it's like, okay, YouTube, what's up? I made that happen. So I just want a little piece of the pie. I'm not saying I want to be a millionaire over here. I don't need that. Too much. It's too much responsibility. But, hey, let's get this channel going. So thank you for joining me and watching this. If you want to support me on the Secret Society, feel free. If not, that's cool too. I have a lot of cool stuff in store for you guys today. One of the things that I wanted to do when I knew that I wanted to start focusing on my channel like sometime last year is I used to have this thing called Ask FM. I don't know if you guys remember it, but there's a lot of fun questions on it, so I thought, why not answer it on here? But there's a lot of messages here, so I'm just gonna be like, the last thing was, what's up with the Secret Society? That was a long time ago, but I do want to get to your questions because you guys joined me live, you know? Okay. Hi, sexy. Hi, cinematic courage. Thank you, Metal Skull. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Someone got some. Yeah, those are my birthday roses that I got over the weekend. Leather helmet. Secret Society rocks. Yes, yes, it does. Good morning, Jeremy. Mister, my mental health is, you know, always something that you got to be working on, but pretty good. Lots of healing has happened, and you know, I'll get to that in a second. Healing. Don't let me forget about the healing. Hi, Shelly. First time joining your live stream. Well, welcome, Torin. I hope I said that right. This is Adam from the Manic. Oh, Adam Heatherly. I haven't been around lately. Switch things around. Do we get to see them things set free on the Secret Society? Nope, I have a rule. No nips, no vag. I get close, but, you know, no nips, no vag. Snot swallowing is never cool, I know. I'm paying for it today. My throat is really hurting. You were not fired. They were so stupid. And they lost it. Yes, I was fired. Yes, I was fired. She got a cute pink flower in her hair. I sure do. It matches my top. What are your thoughts on appearing at Madison Square Garden? Trisha Paytas is an effing dickhead. Aw, well, you're entitled to your opinion, but she, at the end of the day, the reason why I wanted to, like, just say her name to send that positive vibes to her, because I like to give props where props are due. Like, you know what? At the end of the day, I probably wouldn't have known until way later in life that that was like a thing. And even though it took me, like, I had a different kind of YouTube journey than she did, I think being aware that that was a thing really helped me, you know what I'm saying? So, like, okay. So let's not talk bad about Trisha, please. You walking around in the cold like that will warm up real quick. Oh. Hey, Shelly, first time checking out your live stream. Hope all is well. Big fan, always well. Thanks, Phil, the promoter. Wrestlehead took his... Wrestlehead, what'd you say? Pretty in pink, thank you. You should show them off more. I don't need to. I show them to the right person. When you were in WWE, I loved you on there. You playing the vampire look. Playing? Excuse me, I am a vampire. Loved Ariel also, thank you. She's pretty in pink, thank you. Thank you, Shelly, you're the best, thank you. I know, Danielle, she's at work right now. Is it hard to wrestle on face paint? Just curious. No, it was actually fine. I loved it. I loved it. I wish people would have booked me more, but they're like, can you not wear the face paint? And it's like, oh, all right, I get it though. Surely with your beauty, a modeling contract would be easy for you to get. I am not interested in a contract. I own myself. No one owns me. I own me. Loved Ariel. I want to get an action figure and get it signed. And then have you hanging it on the wall next to Jillian. If you find one and you send it to my P.O. box, I'll do it. I've seen Eyes Wide Shut. Millionaires are weird. Exactly, Leather. What about your next LFC fight? I'm pretty much done with them. No nips, no vag, no sub. All right, I get it. It's not for everyone. Some people, they need those nips and vag. And you know what? There's lots of gals out there, hardworking gals, you know. They have no problem. It's all good. Doesn't hurt my feelings. How many tattoos do you have? I think I have like 9. We'll get back to that in a second. I just want to get all these questions first, Roman. No nips, no vag, good policy. See? Bad policy, no. Why is she ain't making serious coin? No, that's not true. Oh, I'm covering the thing, sorry. Am I Aerosmith fan or Motley Crue? I like the hits. Good interview with Ryback. I could tell that he's always had a big crush on you. Nah, we're just homies. Do you and Kevin Furtake still talk? Sometimes. It's been a while, but he definitely does keep in touch with me, and You support him. I love his real estate stuff. Champagne is all I... Oh, champagne can! Champagne's for tomorrow. Like your leak made me so hard. What? What's on your playlist from the gym? That's so different. It depends on my mood. I usually just put Pandora on. Shelly, who would you say is your favorite person to work with or manage? Okay. Wow, there's lots of questions here. Okay, the tattoos. Okay, Daniel, we'll get to you say tattoos. I think it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. I think it's 10. I always thought it was 9. Okay. Unless my ankles. Are my ankles together or separate? Because is it 1, 2 or is it 1? So ankles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, there's 9. Where'd I get 10? 9 tattoos. Who is your favorite person to work with or manage? That's so hard, Daniel, because even though Kevin Thorne and I, when we were in WWE together, had a very, like, brother-sister love-hate relationship, we'd fight a lot. And it wasn't because we were hooking up or anything like that. Relax! I was too busy chasing Domino. There's some gossip for you. I was too busy chasing Domino and having my heart broken by Domino to care about hooking up with, like, people think I hooked up with Batista. No! He was, like, in a serious thing with my close friend at the time. Like, I don't play like that. You know, it's so funny when people are like, oh, she's so... No, I didn't. And no offense to him, he's not my type. Domino is right. There you go. There you go. It's some cheese-smith for you guys. Straight from the horse's mouth. Because you know why? Because I'm tired of people saying this Batista thing. Because, like, okay, like, it happened. That was, in my opinion, the last nail in the coffin for me. No pun intended. So, like, I hate when people are like, oh, they slept together or da-da-da. No, dude, not every issue between a man and a woman when they don't get along or there's like a fight or something like that means that they're banging, okay? I was a wreck over Domino. No. Anyways, so it's really hard. Okay, so... But I did enjoy working with Kevin because I just did this on Ryback's podcast. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. Ryback TV here on YouTube. But it's crazy because, like, I was so blessed to where I got to be Ariel. And in being Ariel, and by the way, they gave me a list. Here's the thing. I wanted my name to be Star. The reason why is because, oops, Star's the name of the vampire chick on Lost Boys. And when I was a little girl in the 80s and I watched the Lost Boys, that's when I was like, whoa, vampires. Like, it really, like, I was always attracted to them. Like, there was Count from Sesame Street. I was always into, like, old school black and white films. So, like, I was always attracted to, like, you know, Bela Lugosi, Dracula. But it wasn't until the Lost Boys. I was like, yes, this is what's up. So I wanted to be Star, but they said no. Then I wanted to be Shelley Webster from The Crow. How cool would that have been? But they said no. Then they gave me a list. And it had all these names. I can't even tell you what any of the names were. As soon as I saw Ariel, I said Ariel. My name's going to be Ariel. Because I thought of The Little Mermaid. And it stood out. And I'm a Disney princess. So I'm just like, okay, Ariel, it just stood out. It was meant for me to be Ariel. So I just love that. Not only, that's why when people, like I was saying on Ryback's podcast, they're like, oh, Shelly's so bitter. Dude, I am very grateful for my experience there, because I was one of the unique cases that, like, I got to play a character that was already inside of me and that I'm into, that, like, you know, I'm a huge Munsters. Like, that's why when I had the blonde in my hair, that was my paying homage to Lily Munster. Even though it wasn't white, that was my, like, yes, Yvonne DiCarlo, yes. So, like, you know, it was just one of those things where I not only got to be a vampire, but I got to choose my name. And there's so many people in WWE, they literally tell you, okay, this is your name, this is the look you need, this is the character. Like, they will tell you because they have a role, and if they see somebody and they go, oh, they'd be great in that role, it's like, you know, that happens a lot. And it's not until you've been there for a while you can kind of just be like, you know, oh, you know, what if we tweak my character like this or like that? I was just like, dude, yes. When Tommy Dreamer was at OVW and he was like, you're gonna be a tarot card reader, then you're gonna get bit, then you're gonna be a vampire. I was like, are you kidding me? That's what's up. So, it's just so funny to me when people kind of like just, they got it all wrong. They got it all twisted. Don't get it twisted, sister. See, and then I was covering it. So anyways, why was I talking about the Batista? I don't know. Let's get to your questions. I haven't even gotten into, like, my Ask FM. Hold on a second here. You can drink my blood anytime. Worst diva attitude backstage? Nah, I don't like to talk about stuff like that. There's plenty of other content out there. Am I gonna sit here and be like, oh, no? And to be honest with you, I was very neutral and cool with a lot of people, and I just kind of did my own thing. I totally played up my stoner card, and because at the time you were allowed to medicate with marijuana. So, again, I was too busy getting ready, being a fly on the wall, or chasing Domino. So, I mean, like, I would hear about dramas or people would vent to me, but, like, you know, it's just like, I really didn't have any issues with anyone, and everyone was pretty damn cool to me. Like, I'm trying to think of any time somebody, like, it was the dudes, not the girls. The girls were actually, like a lot of the chicks I was never, like, really tight with or anything, but some of them I was. Like, I was tight with Jillian Hall, Melina. I was cool with Ashley, but I got closer with her after WWE. Crystal Marshall, of course, Francine. She wasn't there too long. Brooke, even though I wasn't all BFF with Brooke, I loved Brooke. I liked her a lot. Kelly, like, we used to travel together when ECW, because when she first started, she was at OVW, and then, like, I was shortly after. Like, she had been on ECW for a little bit, and then I went on TV, so then we traveled together. And then when her and, like, Tess became a thing, they started traveling together. So then that's when I kind of would pal around with Crystal Marshall and try to travel with her or whatever. I traveled alone a lot. So it's like these girls that, like, people will say, oh, this and that, and they were so terrible. Like, even people say, like, things about Stephanie. People will say, oh, how did it feel? Stephanie didn't like you. And it's like, she was always cool to me. Like, she was, like, very cool to me. So I couldn't sit here and tell you anyways who had the worst attitude because I wasn't looking for who had the worst attitude. I was just like there doing my job and having a good time, and I thought it was fun that like I'd have these little moments with these different chicks, like in the locker room, or they would like compliment my like the way I did my hair and things like that. You know, so like I really don't have anything to really say. I didn't start getting pissed off at people until after I got fired, because then that's when people started like just ignoring me and not getting back to me and being in California and not saying anything to me. That's when the butthurtness came in, people. Okay, let's see here. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get back over here. Sorry, there's so I would love that you guys are so interactive. You like how I say the word bang. I'm not saying like you'll never see me at LFC, but right now I just have no interest in being it. No offense to them, like go get it. I love those girls in LFC, they're really nice. Selena's was a great character. Why should I pay $200 to be for the best sub? Well, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about why. It's either you want to or you don't. So there you go. Count Chocula. Nice flower, thank you. Love me a Selena's, thank you. I'll get into some Selena's real quick. Nice red roses. Actually, they're orange and yellow. Really pretty. What's it like working in TNA in the Indies? You are usually on the road. Did you plan travel videos soon? You done shadow dance? Oh gosh. Okay, so let's get a couple of these questions here. So the shadow dance, here's the thing. Those people screwed me over, so I'm just gonna say here on the record, years ago, I did this thing where they were like, oh, when clubs have like projections on the walls or whatever, they want to have it look like women that are nude are dancing, you just see their silhouette. Well, I'm an idiot, and I signed the release form, and they assured me that there was going to be no nudity shown, that it's just me dancing and that just whatever. But of course, when I did, like, they shot stuff and it's on some video, and there's nothing I can do about it because I already signed that release form. So I actually get pretty annoyed when that gets brought up. Not annoyed at you. I mean, you don't know. Annoyed at that, like, that happens. Because I forget about it until people bring it up, and they don't really bring it up often. They don't really bring it up often, but when they do, I'm just like, oh, man. Oh, dang. Hold on a second. My phone's gonna die. So if it, like, kind of, if it paused or something on you, sorry about that. But it really upsets me because, you know, I thought I was just doing this, like, fun kind of thing, and it ended up being, like, a nudity thing. And you know what? At that time, I was doing topless modeling, and had I known that that was the case, I wouldn't have done it for that amount. They paid me a very small amount for that kind of content. Just saying. Okay. I don't want to do topless. There's nothing anyone can say that'll make me want to do topless. And here's why. I did it, and it's not for me. And it's so funny when people are like, oh, you'll make more money and blah, blah, blah. No. No. I really don't care about what happens when you watch my videos there. That's your business. And no one asked. By the way. Do you ever want to go back to the WWE for the Royal Rumble? No. Who's your favorite actor? I don't really like have one anymore. I just like what I like. I don't look at actors and celebs the same as I used to. I just don't. No big deal. Bernie Sanders. Would you be willing to do wet and messy fetish modeling, like get pied or slimed? I don't know. People can be backstabbed. I'm sorry you're taken advantage of. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Deaf to the Static. Tits! That's all you have to say is tits! Yeah, there they are. I know, Steve. Okay, obviously you missed my point, Bellers. Yeah, I danced because they said on the other side, remember there's a white thing, you know? Maybe if you took your out of your hand, you'd see there's a white thing, and that was supposed to be on the other side what they're filming. And then when they were like on this side where I was nude, they told me they're getting behind the scenes, but no nudity would be shown. Okay? Don't lie. Okay, dude. I'm not gonna argue, and here's the thing, like, I don't need to explain myself, because I already did, and if you don't get that, then that's fine. That's totally fine. Yes, R.I.P. Ashley. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, people. Sorry, I'm just reading all these. Thank you guys for all of these comments. My goodness. I love to wank to your old stuff. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. You have fun with that. Hey, kind of like I was talking about earlier, make sure to change hands, because then you use that other side of your brain and you're exercising. Food for thought. I still do medicate with marijuana. Disneyland, you should go to Disneyland. I miss Disneyland. Okay, weirdest question? That's so hard to say. To me, because of what I do for a living, there kind of are no weird questions. Because I've heard them all. But, oh my goodness, we're 49 minutes in and I never even went to my Ask FM. This is definitely going to have to be a parter. And there's a picture of a oh, let me show you. Even though I lost the actual Valentine, I have a little Ralphie Wiggum here, and he holds the Choo Choo Choos me, but I lost in a move. Little Ralphie. Little Ralphie. All right, let's go to the Ask FM. Oh, it logged me out. Did I have it under my Twitter? But we had so many questions here. Maybe I should just do the Ask FM another time. I don't know. I loved being Selena's. That was another thing too. Like, oh, good, it worked. That was another thing too. Before I get into the Ask FM, I got another blessing, because when I would work out in Louisville, when I'd be home, I would go to Louisville Athletic Club, good old LAC, and a lot of us wrestlers would go there. And when I would go there, so there was this cardio room that had like a bunch of TVs, and I would, go and do my cardio, and they would, especially because they knew wrestlers would go there, they had wrestling on, and that's when I saw LAX, when Conan was with them, on TNA. And I don't know why, you guys, because at this point, like, everything was fine in, WWE as far as I was concerned. I mean, I had no issues at that time. Batista and I weren't having tension or anything like that. So I just remember, I was like, dude, if I ever wasn't here, I would love to be in LAX, like, and be that chola that I am, because I am a vampire, but I am very much a chola as well. So I would picture myself when I watch them, like, how I'd go out and what I would do, like a psycho. I would picture me being out there with them. So when I got released and TNA was like, hey, you want to come to, they had like a pay-per-view. And it was one of those things where, like, I wasn't allowed to perform anywhere for a certain amount of days after I got fired. So it was in that time, so I went to go check it out. And at the time, I was pitching to manage Frankie Kazarian, because Frankie Kazarian is one of my first trainers. Frankie Kazarian, the Havana Pitbulls, aka Ricky Reyes and Rocky Romero, and Iceman John Black, they're who I give credit to being my first trainers when I first started. So I thought it'd be really cool if I would manage Frankie. So we pitched it, whatever, but they were just like, whatever, we think we want you with this group. And so then, lo and behold, I got to be with LAX. I didn't get to pick my name. I thought they should have named me Martinez. I mean, you had Hernandez, Homicide, Martinez. Made sense, but wasn't up to me. But I thought it was really cool that, like, my second mainstream character in wrestling got to be another character that, like, it was I had a lot of fun with Selena's, especially because when I went to WWE, it's like you don't know what to expect when you make it to that level. So when you do, and you kind of see how things are ran and how things work, when I went to TNA, it was kind of like, I already knew the drill. And TNA and the way it was ran was on a lower scale than WWE. And that's not dissing TNA at all. It's facts. Like, you have a $1 billion company and they're putting on these huge productions. And then there's a really cool, I mean, I love TNA and that soundstage, because another thing, I used to always be like, oh, one of my goals is to work in the Universal backlot. And I've worked in the one here, like little bit things, but nothing like to really write home about. But Universal Florida, and on my downtime, I would sneak off and I would go ride E.T. or the Mummy or go to the pub. So, yeah, dude. I feel very grateful for my Selena's character as well. And the name even though the name, I was like, I get to always have the Selena jokes with, like, anything for Selena, as you know, from the Selena movie. So I got that going for me. So it works. Oh, it works. All right, before I begin to Ask FM. Choose me. Ooh, I hate when I make that face. Make those ugly lines. Girls, don't do it. Fight it. Chola vampire, that's what's up. You know, I never really cared about, I need to get some more coffee. Hopefully it is charged enough to take you guys with me. But, honestly, one second here. Honestly, I never cared, like, in my wrestling career to be, like, a champion or to have a belt or whatever. It didn't really mean anything to me. What meant something to me was just having, like, a cool part, you know? Like, say, for example, when I was aerial. I thought my, like, the things I was doing, even though it would have been cool to wrestle more because, you know, it just would have, just to kind of showcase more of like what I can do and everything. Don't get me wrong. However, it's one of those things where I wasn't like, oh, I want to be the women's champion, or what do I got to do to be the women's champion? I was just like, whatever, dude. It's not that big a deal to me. So I never cared about that, like, ever. I never cared about being the champ. It was just like, have an awesome match, have some fun, entertain some people. It's kind of my vibe. I'm very simple. Okay. Got some questions. All right. How do I do this? How do I see the person's name? So if you guys are watching and you left me a question. Hold on a second, guys. I'm just going to figure this out. See, this is what it would have worked if I had music. All right. I don't know how to get these people's screen names to pop up. But here we go. What is a primary fear that is holding you back? Failing. The fear of failing. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. But the fear of failing, which then sometimes holds me back, because then I'm like, well, why? I don't say why bother. I just make excuses and procrastinate. And then I eventually, like, do whatever, like, I was afraid to fail at. And then when I do it, I realize that I can do it and that I shouldn't have been so fearful. And then I get mad at myself. And then that's what really holds me back, is that I hold on to that anger and disappointment in myself instead of saying, bitch, just stop. Like, trust your gut, you know? Trust your instinct. What was the last thing that made you feel sick? Well, on Sunday, it was my birthday, and I had too much wine because we went wine tasting, and I didn't drink enough water, so I was very sick. So that was the last thing that made me feel sick. You are fine. Why, thank you. What is the benefit of the coin here? I don't know. I really want to know more about your personality. What are your secrets? Ooh, I got secrets. That person needs to go to my secret society. SHELLYSecretSociety.com. What are you up to now? I kind of talked about that already. I mean, my secret society has been my full-time job for a few years now. Yeah, and that's what's up. I went back to custom wrestling. So that's like, instead of doing pro wrestling, I do custom wrestling. So there you have it. Do you feel love tonight? I sure do, and I feel some love here in the chat room. What song defines your childhood? Ooh. child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. That song. Wow, this is a list of questions. How do I get to it? Let's just show you guys. Right here, there's like a bunch of questions, and then when I tap on it, it just tells me how to answer them. So I don't know. So I'll just do some of their questions. Who was the last dialogue with? My fine viewers. Who is your first friend? I'm going to say when I was in elementary, my little friend Stephanie Works. Favorite song? Ooh, that's so hard. It depends on my mood. But if I have to say one, and this is my go-to, when I have to answer it, which is a solid song, is Wicked Game by Chris Isaak. Favorite movie? People watching that know who I am, you know what my favorite movie is. One Crazy Summer. Currently in love? Why, yes I am. Favorite season of the year? A Cali fall. Why do I say a Cali fall? Because in California, Southern California, in our fall, it's still fairly warm until like sometimes all the way to November. But it's like you can wear a tank top and shorts, or excuse me, a tank top and jeans and some nice heels, and you're not cold. So, do I believe in black magic? I don't participate in black magic or any kind of magic for that matter, but I believe it's real. It's very real. Don't be messing around, people. You don't know what doors you're opening. Just saying. Listen to grizzled old Aunt Shelly. I'm 60 years old. I know what I'm talking about. Crab or lobsters, shrimp or fish, squid or octopus? Well, before I went kosher years ago, I used to love crab legs. Never was into lobster. I do eat fish, but I eat fish that's wild caught or responsibly farmed. Squid or octopus? Which one is calamari? That's octopus, right? I used to like calamari. Red Lobster, ooh. I used to go to Red Lobster back in the day. Oh, especially because I've always been an athlete. For those of you that don't know, when I was in first grade, I was in track. And then I was in track until high school. And then when I was in high school, I took weight training classes. So I was always an athlete. And so, dude, it was easy for me to like eat a lot, and I burned it. And then there was the year of the tapeworm. I was able to eat so much, dude. Didn't gain a pound. I lost weight because of that damn tapeworm. Pull the tapeworm out of your... But, so saying that, I used to just indulge in some nice food. And I used to love to go to Red Lobster and start off with the calamari and then just put a bunch of lemon all over it and then a bunch of pepper and a little bit of salt. And then it comes with some fruit. So it's kind of got, you know, that fried taste with like the fruit. So good. And this calamari. Happy Thursday. Well, happy Thursday. How funny, today's Thursday, and they wrote this 4 months ago. Which would you rather have? A lifetime of nightmares every night, or a lifetime of being almost impossible to fall asleep no matter how tired you are? Well, oops. I forgot to plug in my phone again. I forgot my coffee. Well, being that my whole life I've had lots of nightmares, it's a very reoccurring thing. They're very lucid and vivid. I'd go for that. I've been doing all right so far. If you put more in that, because we need sleep, people. You know, not too much sleep. Don't get too much sleep, but get the proper amount. Do you still have your tonsils? I do. What am I thinking right now? You're thinking, why hasn't this bitch answered my Ask FM? It's been 4 months and she still hasn't. What is your favorite and least favorite thing about your country? Wow, that's a thinker. I have some very alternative views about not only life, but like how things are ran as far as media, the government, things like that. So this is a very complex thing. We're already 55 minutes in. I'm gonna move on, sorry. I am the President of the United States of America. Is there anything you want me to say? No. Why do people leave? Various reasons. Case by case. What is your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday used to be Halloween, but I've been pissed off at Halloween for a few years now. And I just did a video yesterday. And one of my videos, I don't know if it was for my YouTube channel, I filmed like, in the last couple of days, I filmed like 8 videos. Or if it was for my secret society, but it's just one of those things where like, hold on, Fred's is like slipping and sliding over there. Are you okay? I almost always call holidays Thanksgiving. I don't know why. Like, let's say, what was I talking? Oh, Valentine's Day. I was like, oh, it's almost, oh, it was on my live stream last night to my secret society. I was like, oh, this week is this week's Thanksgiving. And it's like, hold on, Fred keeps slipping and sliding. Freddie. Fred Mertz, ladies and gents. So, or like, even 4th of July, which is Fred Mertz's birthday. He'll be turning 20 this year. Thank you very much. It's one of those things where like, even on 4th of July, I'll say Thanksgiving, and then I think it was Danielle's birthday. I was like, Happy Thanksgiving. So I guess Thanksgiving's my favorite. Give me some tips for a first date, please. And this is a girl's profile picture. I don't know if it is from a girl, but like, what tips? Like, I think like if you go on a date, your first date, like, think about it. Are there really any tips? Because like, let's say I would be like, okay, when you go on a date, you know, do A, B, C, and D. Well, everybody's different. And then what if your energy with somebody is either there or not there? And like, it's just like case by case. I just say, just be yourself. And even if who you are makes somebody like, oh, you're weird, or I don't think this is a fit, then good, they're not a fit for you then. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I just hate when people like go into dating very strategically, but it's like fake. It's not who they are, because they're just going with this like tips or strategy to like be something that they're not, or try to force themselves to be something they're not. And then the other person that they're trying to get the interest of thinks that's how they are, and then they get together and then they have like issues in their relationship because that's not who they are. So I guess my tip is just be yourself. And on the first date, don't let them just put the tip in. Wait for the third. Okay, what invention has the greatest impact on society and why? I'd say technology, is that okay to say, as a whole, has the biggest impact, and it's because that's what controls us. Are you living your dream? I sure am, damn it. I sure am. And something that I said on Ryback's podcast, again, Ryback TV, or you can find him on iTunes. I make more now with my secret society than I did when I was in TNA. And I answer to myself. I'm in control of my content. I am in control of what the hell goes on. So, like, I like that. I'm not saying, like, oh, I regret wrestling. No, that was great for my time in that, like, that time in my life. But now, especially because my dogs are so old, like, this is perfect. So, like, this is so living my life. Now, if I can get my damn car back, it's in the shop. I think it's going to be ready tomorrow. Bald, trim, or natural? None of your damn business. If you had to live the rest of your life in a movie, which one would you pick? Ooh. That's a hard one. Too long. If a question makes me think too long, forget it. Oops. If you had to live the rest of your life in... Oh. Who is awake? We all are! Or are you? Do you prefer concerts or movies? Depends. I go to a lot of concerts. I'm not really big on, like, huge, extravagant concerts or, like, festivals. It's too much. It's too much. I like going to, like, bars or little small venues and checking out some good tunes. But I love movies, too. I will say this, though. I go see live music way more than I go to the movies. So, I guess concerts. Favorite dialogue in a movie? You see this one right here? This was my dream, my wish, and it didn't come true. So I'm taking them back. Taking them all back. That's one. And it's our time down here. And look, up there it's their time. Up there, and down here it's our time. Down here. And it's all over the second you go up Troy's bucket. That's another one. Let's see. Oh, it's not a movie, but it's a cartoon. Do you have a magpie in your home? If you do, you're most fortunate. The magpie is the most charming bird in all the world. He's the best friend the farmer ever had. So treat him gently, treat him kindly, and always remember, the magpie deserves your respect. Heckle and Jekyll. Let's see. The only thing we serve, it's wet, ain't it? Mama Fratelli. Let's see. Oh, that's another one. It's more of like, something I say often is I go, thank you, Mr. Willie. Thank you. Let's see. There's got to be more. But those are the ones that come off at the top. Oh, there's another movie called An Affair to Remember with Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr. And they're talking about being disappointed with people. And then they're talking about putting people on a pedestal. And there's a really cool quote when he goes, and then you put them on top of the pedestal, and then it wobbles, and then it topples over. It's a good one, too. Oh! Let's not forget this. I'm trying to think about the lead into it. When that crazy old decrepit man, hello, Daddy, how are you? When that crazy old decrepit old man, your grandfather, Daddy, he'll take it all. That means no more pools, no more Ferrari, And you know what that means, Teddy, don't you? No, Dad, don't say it. Work. No, Dad, don't say it. Work, Teddy, work. No, Dad, I'll win the race. Don't worry. Just don't say it. So there's that. And then there's, the only way to win, Theodore, is to cheat. Remember. Without a plan, there's no attack. No attack, no victory. Where have I heard that before? Oh boy, do I have a plan. The sailing boat race, you know, around the regatta. Your plan involves a boat? Dude, I could go on. So that's One Crazy Summer in Goonies. There you go. Do you believe that helicopter met with a UFO in the sky over the U.S.? Yeah. Do you have a relative named Frederick? What do you love most about the autumn? The weather in SoCal. I hate boats. Since I was a kid, I hate boats. Well, maybe you just haven't had the right experience on the boat. How long did your longest relationship last, if not your current, and why did it end? 5 years, and the guy was completely psycho. And I'm not just saying that as like a man-hater. He was mentally and physically abusive, unfortunately. Have you ever ghosted someone? Why? Yes, because they got really weird. And I knew if I called out their weirdness, it would just make them even weirder. So sometimes ghosting is just better. What anime are you watching right now? None. What's your plan this weekend? Ooh, I got plans this weekend. So if you guys follow me on Snapchat, Shelly from Kelly 4, you can see some highlights. Hey girl. Hey girl. What are you interested in that most people aren't? I know Tao. Tao, what's that? Some kind of martial arts or something? No, it's the chemical that is in mace. Shh! Oh, that's another one too. We follow them all this way. I don't know. Heaven knows what they came up here to do. It's McCann and his weird friends. Cookie, why don't you say we stop playing all these games? Okay, what am I interested in most people aren't? Well, I like cooking. I love cooking. People are into that. I love hiking. I love my dogs. I love marijuana. I love wine. I love food. What am I into? I know there's some... You know what I'm into? I am into making custom videos for dudes out there. That's what I'm into. That most people aren't. Because if you guys saw the Contra video, you can go ahead and download it on ShellySecretSociety.com in the video section. Or you can join my secret society. You can see it that way as well. Like, I had my homegirl Jen Thomas over, and I was like, let's do a clip for my store. And I have this faux Nintendo, and it has Contra. And we did this whole bit around Contra, and it was freaking awesome. So it's like, yeah, the way I make money, it's not for everyone, but it's for me, and it's not what most people are into. What is your favorite sporting activity? Bowling. I appreciate that. Because you know what? You don't have to be a vampire on the outside. It's in the inside. How long is your longest phone call been? I don't know. Like, Melina and I, back in the day, before either of us even stepped foot in a WWE ring, we would talk on the phone for hours. Like, I'm talking like 4 or 5 hours. We were crazy like that. We were so young, you know? Are you circumcised and does it matter? Why, yes, I am circumcised. I did it myself. I'm a moil. What do you want to be when you grow up? Me? what I'm doing now. Just leveling up as I go. Do you believe in paranormal? Yes. Hello, girls. Hello. What kind of mood are you in, silly? So I'm going to stop there because I saw you guys wrote a ton. And I want to, like, you guys were here like, Jen is awesome like me. Yes. Project Blue Book. I haven't seen that one. What's your favorite TV show? Current TV show. Oh, man, you guys. I watch a lot of, like, rerun stuff. I love Celebrity Wife, or excuse me, I do love Celebrity Wife Swap, but I like Wife Swap better. So Wife Swap and 90 Day Fiance, I think is really interesting. I watch things like Simpsons and Seinfeld and Friends all the time. Like that's my go-to. Like at night when I like start to watch TV, or if I'm like editing or working here, I just have like Friends on in the background, or the Munsters, things like that. So it's like I will tell her, Adam Heatherly, I'm gonna always call you that. That's how I know you. Not as cinematic. So yeah, so I watch a lot of like my go-tos, but I guess those are shows that are like current. The gal, Stefanka Amato, YouTuber and Patreon gal herself, she's the one that introduced me to Patreon. She's gonna be on the Before the 90 Days soon as the first like same-sex couple. So you guys should check that out. Go show some support to her. My online buddy. How old is Jen Thomas? She looks great. Is she single? She sounds like she has a good personality. She has an awesome personality. She is my home girl to the max. She looks amazing. You never ask a gal how old she is. And yes, she's single. Are you looking? No, you got to give me your resume and see if you're good enough for her. Would you ever act in a big budget movie? I would, but I don't think that would ever happen because I just don't put myself in the position to do that. I like my little indie life. Oh, someone said earlier, how was TNA in the indies? Again, I had a lot of fun at TNA. My only gripe with TNA was how I was getting paid. That's what ultimately led me to just leaving. And other than that, all the little like tiny things, like not really communicating with me about stuff, like that's just stuff that happens in work. So like I can't even be mad at them about that. Like all the little tiny things that were just kind of annoying or whatever, like that's just a work environment. Bottom line, my only big gripe with TNA was their pay scale. You know what I mean? I don't know what other people were making, but I wasn't making that much, and it was very hard. So, but I had a lot of fun, like so much fun. Like when I was in TNA, I was having like some of the best fun I've ever had, like that time in my life. Even though I was still very naive to certain things, I just really lived it up, you know? I had some like great experiences and moments. And I used to love just like, I would leave here on a red eye, wake up in the morning in Florida, work at the Universal lot. Like that, to me, that was awesome. Like maybe to people there, either they just really didn't think about it or whatever, but being like a SoCal kid, like, and always having passes to Universal Hollywood, like, to me, that was the ultimate. So I totally lived it up. I was just like, yes, dude. I don't know if you guys are familiar with SoCal Val, but her and I we even got to the point to where we would bring a really cute kind of like vintagey outfit to wear. And on the last day of taping, we would go to the Mel's Diner and like feel like we're pinup girls. So like little fun things like that, like people didn't see behind the scenes. And that's why I was able to have so much fun with my Selena's character on camera, because I was having so much fun behind the scenes. And because I didn't wrestle much, I had a lot of downtime, you guys. I had a lot of downtime. And it's not like they really like had a lot of like spots for me when LAX would be out there, because our chemistry was so like on point. We really didn't have to plan too much out unless there was like I had to be specifically somewhere, you know. So like I just had so much fun. And then in the indies, um, when I first went back to the indies, it was a lot of fun. And then I got all burnt out with the people and just like the money and everything. Then I took time off. And then I went back and I thought this time it's different. And it was for a while. Then it went right, same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. So it made it not fun anymore. And it bummed me out because I felt like here I was just trying to pay forward the SoCal indie scene specifically. Because that's where I came from, man. Got my start in SoCal. So being that I went off and I was in WWE, I went to TNA. It's like I wanted to pay that forward, but everyone had such a little stick up their ass that it was just like, so I was over it. I was just, dude, forget it. I'll move on, and that's what I did. But I had a lot of fun memories. One of the, I managed this team called The Following in Vegas, and that was so much fun. Oh my goodness, those boys. So much fun. I loved it. And then again, it came down to the promoter at first paid me what was very fair. And then as time kept going, it just dwindled. And there was, I will say this, I did tell him on like the smaller shows that I would be willing to take a pay cut because like I knew there were small shows, no one was making money on them. But because I believed in the gimmick so much. It was so much fun. And yeah, it just, that's the thing. Once you lower your price, people will always want to see if they can get you to go lower, I guess. But it's all good. But that was like one of my most one of the most fun moments I had was managing those fellas at The Following. And having matches with people like Rebby Sky, you know, we had some great matches. Rosita, I had some great matches on the indies. I had so much fun with Amber O'Neil when we would like pal around and do a bunch of shows. I had a great match with Serena Deeb in Jersey. Like, there's a lot out there. Like, people just want to remember the crap, and that's fine. That's how people are. They like to remember the crap so they can make fun, and that's fine. But it doesn't bother me because, like, I know a lot of the non-crap that's out there, and people just got to look for it. And so it's like, okay, well, people just want to look Shelly and botched match or whatever. That's fine if that's what they want to feed into. But again, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I make fun of my bad matches because I've had so many awesome, rememberable, just dude, that's what I signed up for with wrestling matches, that I don't care. Like, I had this one with Serena, the one in Jersey. She had just gotten like back into the wrestling scene after having this like gnarly head injury to where she couldn't wrestle for a while. And so what we did is we only told the referee, so only the referee knew. We did a thing where we made it look like something went wrong in the match and her head was hurting. And then the room, oh my gosh, you guys, everyone was just like, and I remember seeing the promoter's eyes like, oh my God, and they're on the phone. And then they're carrying Serena out and they're clapping. And then I just turn around and I'm like, oh my gosh. And she jumps and she hits me. And I'm getting chills right now. It was so awesome. And we had them. And I just remember when I was selling, I saw the promoters and they went, so when you can work the promoter, they had to cancel the ambulance coming because we effing got them. And you want to talk about some more awesome matches? I had some amazing matches against Brittany Wonder at Hood Slam. Let me just say that. So all you little moody bitches that want to talk about how I'm the shits in wrestling, that's fine. I don't care. Because when I remember moments like that, I get excited. And I get the chills. They're multiplying. Wow, we're almost 80 minutes in here. WrestleMania is in Hollywood. No, it's not in Hollywood. No, it's not in Hollywood. It's in Inglewood. That's way on the other side of the tracks, let me tell you. And it's a crappy part of town. They're trying to, what you call it, kind of build it up and everything with the stadium. Well, let me show you. Let me see if I can pull up a map here. I don't know if I can. Do I have a map on here? Let's see. Inglewood. Excuse me. Schultz. Shelly Schultzenberg here. Okay, there's Culver City. Okay. Now, this, maybe I should do it this way. Aye. It's kind of hard because Fred's on my leg here. I just don't want to drop him. Okay. So this right here is Hollywood. This is where the Walk of Fame is, okay? Inglewood where is it at? It's way over here. That's far. And then let's see if I were to, let's see, Hollywood Walk of Fame. And then I'm going to put Hollywood Walk of Fame. Let's see, directions. Okay, Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm trying to see how I can do, okay, directions. Okay, and then I'm going to put Inglewood. Let's see how long the drive is. Right now, it would take 46 minutes to drive to Inglewood from the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so like Hollywood, to Inglewood. That is not Hollywood. As a SoCal, not as a wrestler, like whatever, but as a SoCal gal, no, dude. Westwood, I thought it was in Inglewood. Westwood's different. You should go to California. I'm not sure if it's, I'm pretty sure it'll be at, I'm thinking it's at that new stadium. I don't know. All I know is I started seeing on my Twitter feed that like, oh, WrestleMania in Hollywood, Inglewood. And I was like, dude, that is so not Hollywood. People are going to be coming in thinking that that's what's up. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to Inglewood in a long ass time. So maybe it does look better over there. But it is definitely not Hollywood, I'll tell you that. Well, on that note, thank you guys for joining me so much here on my live stream Q&A. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I got to get going because I have so much to do today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you can get some videos, so you can get the alerts for when my videos go up. And also, I'm trying to get my channel back to being monetized, and I'm like halfway there. What am I lacking? I'm lacking minutes watched. So if you guys can go to my playlist, watch my videos, there's a lot of stuff there, whether you're into my vlogs, my wine tastings, my wrestling stuff. There's a lot of cool wrestling stuff, even from the following, when I was managing the following. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. Gonna drink some more coffee and then get my day going. And I just want to say, for those of you who ask about my coffee that I love, I'm gonna put this on my Shelly's Amazon list. It's Shelly'sAmazonShop.com, where it's my Shelly recommends. And this is Starbucks Mocha. It is naturally flavored. It's not artificially flavored. It's so good, especially if you're into just drinking black coffee like myself. Sometimes I put a little coconut oil in there, but it tastes really good. So for those coffee lovers out there, definitely you got to try out the Starbucks Mocha Coffee. All right, shout out to my Secret Society members that are here. Lots of stuff on the site today, and until next week, I will have a new video for you. It'll probably be a vlog, but I don't know. I've filmed a lot of stuff. I don't know. Just next week, same bat time, same bat channel here on my YouTube channel. And until then, I'm Shelly from Kelly, and I'm spelling you late. I said that funny. And I will be smelling you later. Adios.